What's going on in the city by the Bay?
Well, thanks for having me. So you've basically got a perfect storm going on out there with the amount of jobs being created, mostly driven by the technology industry, at the same time that there's not a lot of housing being built. And the single-family stock that exists out there is extremely expensive. And so the renter population is stuck in a position where rents are being increased by high single digits on average, and in many cases double digits year over year.
But there's a distinction to be made, Jeffrey, where the level of rent in New York City is still higher than that in San Francisco. It's the rate of change in which San Francisco is pulling ahead, isn't it?
Yes, New York City is still more expensive on a, if you looked at it on a average rent per month basis, or in the single family for purchase as well. But yeah, San Francisco rents are growing faster, and we're getting to a position where landlords are actually struggling to grow rents as fast as they need to kind of keep up.
Jeffrey, speaking of keep up, are we talking about millennials who do like they do here in New York City? You have 3 and 4 and 5 roommates at a time because the rents are so high?
You've got that. You've got an extremely limited amount of rental stock in the areas where the millennials want to live, and so they will find whatever they can in terms of what housing is available, and you start to hear rumors and stories about these micro units being built, where as long as they have room for a bed and their bike, as long as they're close to work, that's good enough.
So talk about some solutions here. Rent control, is that a viable solution? Is there already any form of rent stabilization going on in San Francisco?
Rent control is being talked about in certain municipalities in the Bay Area, and what you have is you've got existing landlords who obviously don't want that. They don't want a cap on what they can do in terms of their rent growth. So you've got certain landlords, Essex Property Trust, which is a REIT based out in Palo Alto, they're one that basically is kind of coming to agreements where they will guarantee to offer a rent increase of less than 10% in order to avoid a cap being placed on what rent growth can be.
And Jeffrey, in about 15 seconds, it seems we're back in this non-virtuous cycle. You have rents that are too high, so that means that people who want to buy a home, they find themselves priced out of the market because they have to spend most of their income paying their rent.
And frankly, rent control would be a disincentive to that, because if you lock in rents at the existing level, people aren't going to want to leave that rent to go buy a house, and then the next generation of renters is going to be priced out even more.
Yeah, it just reduces turnover. All right.